Hi, this is Dorothy Smith with Dot Scrapbooking. I decided to make a card today because I needed to send a friend of mine a check. And so we have this really cute, I'm using the mix-in papers here. And I am using, this is one of our value pack cards and envelopes. And if you do it the non-intuitive way and put the fatter corner scored piece on the inside, it actually folds better, so the concave piece goes on the outside. So I made these pieces, so the sweet leaf is 5.5 by 4.25, and the peach striped piece is, let me think, what is it? It's 3 3/4 by 5. So it's 1/4 of an inch border all around. And this wonderful stamp is a July stamp of the month. So I know it's not available to all the customers, but it will be. You know, time passes quickly, whether we want it to or not. And it was just so cute. And this friend is, it's perfect for her. You know, she loves growing plants. She likes raising hens down in Dallas and in her backyard. Yeah, I made a mess. So if you all watch me at all, you know I use the heck out of my intense black stamp, and I was starting to get kind of funky. I wasn't getting good impressions. I was getting kind of gray impressions. And so I thought, well, you haven't put any ink on it and you use it all the time. So I was adding some ink, and it so happens that the intense black re-inker to ink up your stamp pad is very, very thick. It doesn't just readily absorb in like the other inks do. So I started messing around with it, and mess is the key word. As you can see, I'm going to have to clean that up. So I am using our new pencils. We had stopped carrying our old pack of pencils a couple of books ago. And so they finally got a new set in, and these are Milan pencils, beautiful colors, never touched them. So this is my first outing with them. So I'm just kind of getting a feeling of what they're like, and then I'll put a water brush to it and see how they blend. So I'm using the lighter green to do all the similar leaves. I want to keep all the similar leaves the same color. You don't have to. The biology major in me comes out, so I try to keep things authentic. I don't know what my problem is. So anyway, I'm doing all the same leaves, the same green, and then I'll use a darker green on the bigger leaves. And this stamp is very detailed, so it's a little hard to see what you're doing. And as you color more and more in, then you can see what you missed. And so I'm using this really deep green on the bigger leaves. And what I'm noticing with these pencils is they're much softer than the prior set that we carried. And so the prior set that we carried felt more like, I don't know what to call the inside of a watercolor pencil. It's not lead, but anyway, the inside, the coloring part, has a much softer feel to it. And so the color goes down very easily, more similar to a crayon rather than a pencil. So it's kind of a mixture. So it goes on, and a lot of color comes out. So it goes on very easily. It actually has a, almost a creamy feel to when you color. It just has a real kind of creamy feel to it. So as with the leaves, I'm doing the same flowers in the same colors. But you know, daisies come in all different colors, so that is totally unnecessary. Don't think of myself as OCD, but sometimes I get a little carried away. And so I'm just kind of trying to use all the colors. And I course, teal is like one of my favorite colors, this turquoise. And I'm going to add, you know, kind of a purplish blue to it. I've got all these blue flowers growing in my backyard. I've got a lot of sage or a salvia. I have sage too, but salvia growing in my backyard that comes in all sorts of colors of blue, including one that's actually called UV salvia, and super deep bluish purple color. And so I'm trying to, you know, give a color that kind of goes with the peach. So this is kind of a red. And so I'm just kind of doing an outline of the petals since they're bigger, and then doing lighter on the inside. So I think when I think about it, I think that's kind of how I colored when I was a little kid. I made a dark outline going around and then did the lighter on the inside. So these are all going to get watercolored anyway, so the color will blend as I add the water to it. So, but I really liked the feel. I mean, I liked the other set because there were so many pencils to it, so many different colors to choose from. But these colors are very vibrant. And what you don't want to do with these pencils is, because the inside is so much softer than the other pencils we had, you don't want to press too hard, because I pop off some of the color when I'm doing the dress. And you know, so you don't want to waste your color part from, you know, unnecessary pressure. So I'm just kind of adding, you know, yellow and green centers to the various flowers. And I'm using my turquoise. I do love that color. So here's my water brush. And I'm just kind of getting some of the color off of it. That's my test run. And I've got too much water coming out. I pressed a little bit, squeezed a little too hard. So you don't need to squeeze too much to get a whole lot of water coming out. So you can see how the colors blend. The color blends nicely on the flowers. So I'm really, and it pulls a little bit of the color off. So you want to be careful that you don't mix especially your darker colors into your lighter colors. So when I go over to the other paper, I'm just kind of putting some of the color off, see, onto the other page, so I don't take too much of the color and smush it on the leaves and stuff that I don't want there. And you know, I've noticed a few times as I colored things in that, you know, I missed some leaves in the beginning, and you can just go back and fill in where you missed. I would like to play with these pencils a little bit more, so I think I'll find a picture, a stamp that has bigger areas to work with than these little tiny ones. And those little yellow flowers look cute with the little green centers. And so that blue came out like a nice vibrant blue. See, and now I can see where I've left things and didn't color them in. This is a pretty detailed little picture, but she's awfully cute. She's just awfully cute. And so I kind of went with, I had a hard time making a decision. Should I put her in a pink dress or an orange dress? So I kind of went orangey, a little orangey. And I thought, well, let me just make it light. You know, I have a hard time making decisions. So I start going around, doing the darker, outlining the darker on the outside. And, you know, I only broke the the pencil off a little bit, but see, there's a hunk of it right there. So that just shows you do not need to press very hard on these pencils and break them down like that. So I am going to do the, I was thinking those were ribbons, but I think they're just flower stems. So I'm doing them in green. Otherwise it would have been funny to have purple flower stems. Anyway, here I am doing the watercolor on the pen. You know, I really do like watercolor pencils. I really like them. So I'm so glad that they finally got some new pencils in. It's just so much fun to try out new products. And, you know, I do think that this was, you know, I like the other set, but I think this was, the pencils themselves are an improvement. They feel like they're more maybe professional level pencils. And just from the creaminess and how nicely the color goes on and how beautifully it blends. So there I am, and I'm not coloring her skin because she's me, and I've been inside and I'm pasty white right now. But anyway, I'm just kind of going around doing a sweet leaf edge on the edge of the paper to just add a little bit of color to it. Not a whole lot, just a little bit, just enough to make it, you know, where you see the edge and it stands out a little bit. So I give 2 thumbs up to the new pencils that we're carrying. And they're in our newest catalog. And you have to go check them out. I'll put a link to them below below my comments. In my comments, I'll put a link. And I put there was a little smudge there. So I'm pulling one of the little tiny stamps off in the set, and I'm going to put it on top of my smudge. Poof. All better. Anytime you have, you know, an errant smudge, it's a place for an embellishment. In this case, it's a little butterfly. So, smudge taken care of. There we go. I love this stamp. I just absolutely love it. It was made for cards. So, I am saying this is just for you. And I think the name of the stamp is to my beautiful friend. Yeah, well, that's not working. So I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape. And I've really been going through a lot of foam tape here. Had to get a new roll out. And it's nice that it's just, you can just rip it off. You don't have to have scissors. It's just easily ripped off. And this is the pretty thick foam tape, so it's going to stand up pretty high from the card. And nice depth. So we like that. And I love the green and the peach combination. I just really like that. So this is going to be to my beautiful friend, for my beautiful friend. And I am going to season, excuse me, and then stamp it with the sweet leaf, which matches the green paper on the front. And on the back, I'm going to, there's a little array of flowers here. So I am going to make a little kind of a border. You could totally make a really cute border with this little stamp. You could just make a whole running, sorry, I just stuck my elbow on the keyboard and stopped my video. Okay, hopefully this is picking up. And anyway, I did the little border piece, and I'm adding some little, I did that in peach, and I'm doing some little sweet leaves on there to just add to it, and I will do another little peach butterfly above it. So there we go. Okay, so now I need to do my little envelope. And there's a nice little corner stamp with this set, just a little tiny corner. And I'm going to put it right down there. Very cute. I like it. Of course, I'm going to add something to it because, you know, I can't leave well enough alone. And what am I going to add? I'm working. Oh, it's a dragonfly. And I didn't do a great job of stamping. I should have stamped that first before I did the final stamp. But what I can do is color the wings and use the black pencil to fill in the head a little bit and the body a little bit. And then do my water brush, which makes everything all better. And a dragonfly. Who doesn't love a dragonfly? So I'm going to add a little yellow to the wingtips. So, and then I've got the shimmer, my shimmer brush, because, you know, everything is better with shimmer. Just put my stamps away so I don't mess things up too much. And I am just going to add clear shimmer to my flowers. And, whoops, got a little bit too much going on the blue, but that's okay. And this is just the glimmer that comes from this, the shimmer that comes from, it's like it says, it's shimmer. So you kind of have to tilt it in the light to see. And it's just a little glistening on the flowers. And so just a little bit of glitz here and there. So, and it also pulls some of the color off, so you don't want to, you know, you want to clean your brush off. And there we go. There's my card for my friend with her envelope. So the envelope and the, I'm going to add some more shimmer. This is a peach shimmer brush. We're getting shimmer brushes in all sorts of wonderful colors. And you can use them all over the place. You can use them for card making, scrapbooking. I mean, just shimmer, shimmer everything, shimmer away, because everything looks better with shimmer on it. So there's my card. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.